I would just like to take this opportunity to thank Bill Nye for proving exactly why I hate the social sciences. In one of Bill Nye's episodes of his series, Bill Nye Saves the Universe, uh, he tackled the gender spectrum. Now, I'm a pretty open-minded and reasonable guy most of the time, I like to think. And if there was any actual science offered in this, I may have been understanding, and I would have been like, yeah, I disagree, but this does show some sense. We didn't get that. What we got was the cringiest shit I've ever seen in my life. It was terrible. There were two segments in particular. The first was an animated ice cream segment. It's worse than you could ever imagine. I'm pretty sure you can just go into YouTube and type out Bill Nye ice cream, and this is what you'll get. It is bad. It failed on several levels too. It didn't seem like it was about the gender spectrum. It seemed like it was more about sexual orientation. So I don't get why they even showed it in the first place if an idiot like me could interpret it as sexual orientation rather than gender spectrum. One part in that actually really amused me was that the vanilla ice cream, who was presented as ye olde conservative Christian type, uh, he said in that, well, I feel like I'm right, or something to that effect. But it was the feels before reals argument, which is weird because the social sciences are largely based on feels over reals. So they just flipped it around because there's nothing else. There was no science. There was nothing in there. It was just my feels. And look, I'm actually, again, pretty open-minded. I feel that there is a need for the social sciences as much as they have become shit over the last decade or two. I feel like they do serve a purpose in society. The problem is how it's being done and how it's being taught at universities. And if it was being used in the actual manner it was supposed to be, I think we'd be fine. But it's not. It's just used to spread the idea that, oh, white people are evil and minorities are always inferior and we have to help them, etc., etc. Rather than, you know, just looking at individual people and figuring out how they work. It's become a bit too collectivist minded. Again, I'm not sure if that is a result of that's how social sciences work in general, or because the people who are in the social sciences were like that to begin with, so they've sort of warped the field to become like they are. It's the whole mansplaining thing. Mansplaining is just a batshit crazy word, except that it's in the fucking dictionary now. So what do we know anymore? When crazy is allowed to be entertained, crazy will take over. And then the second segment in that was just the cringiest shit you've ever seen in your life. It was a gender spectrum music video that was just so horrible it took me several attempts to just watch it because it was that bad. And I'm normally a guy that can stand le cringe, but I mean this was just terrible. So I say this to Bill Nye as a guy that used to watch his PBS show as a kid. that really liked what he did when I was growing up and that admired his work and continued work to try and get children interested in the sciences. Stick to the hard sciences. Don't go into the political sciences. You know absolutely nothing about that, and it shows. And when I think of Bill Nye, I look for scientific reasons and evidence as to why these things are, not mafeels, which is quite literally what this entire segment boiled down to. If there was anything at all offered as far as evidence was concerned, I would have been fine with this. But there wasn't. Not a thing. It was all mafeels. And that's the part that just really annoys me. That's what, as I said, the social sciences have become. There is no science to it. It's just the social part. This has become sort of a rant more of the social sciences in general rather than a Bill Nye and his gender spectrum segments, but that's kind of where this has devolved to. It's just that my general hatred towards the social sciences in general, I'm saying general a lot, because that's just generally how it is. Haha. My point overall is this seems to be getting stupider, and it's affecting everyone. I think that this was an attempt to target the tween demographic because schools have been pushing these ideas both at the college level and at the high school level. So this would fit right in with the demographic Bill Nye is trying to hit up, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I sound conspiratorial. I'm very open to the idea that this was just a stupid thing he did because he actually believes it for whatever reason. At the end of the day, I just suggest watching those two segments on YouTube. I'm not going to link them because, oh God, I don't want to be associated with that. But you will find them very easily, and if you like cringe, you're going to have a blast. Anyway, this has been Math Machine just ranting about Bill Nye and the social sciences in general. And I hope to God they fix this shit soon because it can't get much worse. It really can't. I say that. It's going to happen because I know me. Peace out.